in the backstage talking and all my shit
There you go.
public and nobody don't know that I was talking, that I was talking, that I was talking. I don't know what's going on. All right.
Hit the joint.
What you want me to hit? Yo, why he always leaving, yo? I don't like that, yo.
That's what you get. Hit the music. Stop.
What you want me to hit? I don't know which button to hit.
You do this all the time, yo.
Come on. How important do you think 7-on-7 is to you from your point of view?
I think it's more for the offense side of the ball.
Right, and that's how you want to keep it into that system where they know that at some point I want to be the star at Eastside. I want to be the star at
Your head coach does it for you. I feel you're just spending extra money for a recruit.
Hey, can I piggyback off that real quick?
Yeah, definitely. What's going on? We back. Coach's Corner, ready to give y'all a heck of a show with some really dope guests. It's going to be a great one, y'all. I'm telling y'all. But you already know. I want everybody to share it out. I think right now I'm doing a really good job as far as numbers on my number one producer right here, Sam Sports. That DM Coach's Corner, y'all, we going up. I'm telling y'all, we going up. We're going to be the number one show on his network. So I need everybody to make sure they share it, pass it on to a friend. Go back and look at it when it's over. Trust me, there's a lot of good, valuable information in here. And I mean, I might change the name to Keeping It Real Records after today's show because I'm telling you, it's going to be live. Trust me, you indeed. But again, like I said, it's your guy, Don Massey Jr., founder of Driven Minds. We are hot in the DM right now. Please, you need to get in tune with the movement. Trust me. We got things going on from training sessions to college tours and just everything popping off. Yoga going to be popping off next week. I mean, gosh, you ain't in tune with this, you're not going to make it. Trust me. But, hey, choice is yours. Again, I got some of my good brothers with me. You already know I keep them close because they're the ones that keep me sane. You feel me? I got Brandon and I got She. Hey, listen, I can't take credit to these guys, what they're going to give you, but you might really want to tune into what they're going to give you. B, go ahead, set it off, man. Tell them about what you got cooking.
Yo, Fan Sports Network. I operate the network. Anything you need, hit me up. Sam Sports on any social media you can find. Email Sam Sports. Damn it, you can text me. Sam Sports should probably come to me. All right. Any way you look at it.
Nice. And like you see, he's on pretty much every network that you're looking for. Sam Sports. Anybody have a podcast idea? Any type of media idea? Young people.
If you got a conversation that you want to get out there, hit me up too. Got those too.
But I want to educate. I want some of them young people that's into media. You want to learn about how to do stuff like this, get a part of the show, anything like that, man. Trust me, your ideas and thoughts are appreciated. So let's see if we could jumpstart some of you guys, some of the college guys as well, that's into this type of this lifestyle, this networking, and the podcasting, and just being an engineer like Brandon. Because Brandon, will tell you, been doing this for a good long time. So you got some good things and some bad things that kind of help you guys get to the spots where you need to be. Let's talk about it. GAME.
You already know it. Coach She, defensive coordinator, DePaul Catholic High School in Jersey. I'm also a sports performance trainer for the youth level kids out in Pro Edge in Wayne. And I also am the receiver and DB coach out of Pro Edge in Wayne. Game.
You already know, and please take heed to the game. You understand? He is doing a lot of training. And listen, for my high school guys, oh, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. Because they gotta know, But for my high school guys, you gotta understand that time is winding on down, man. Like colleges are visiting, college camps are coming up. It's a lot of stuff. So tap in, Pro Edge, Coach Sheet, Coach Samir McDonald, all of those guys doing lots of great things. Like I told you guys in the DM, we got some things coming on. Like if you're missing it, and you're gonna just miss it. But if you're in Jersey, again, I would say Passaic County, Essex County, Bergen County, you can get here. Union County, you can get here. I know I got some guys. I know you got some guys from other areas, right? So it's like, don't make travel no excuse. And the time for our training sessions are optimal for parents. Like you can go to work, pick him up, he could go to school, do his homework, and get a great session all in the time where he need to be, and then go straight to bed. So for moms, dads, y'all got some youngins, bring them in there, we'll wear them out, and you go on worry about the business. But you already know, I'm trying to let people know, I got people that's calling, want to know about the show. I told you, it's the number one show. Just go ahead and call it that. Good. It's the number one show on the Sam Sports Network. We are here. We came, saw, conquered, and I'm going to destroy everything that comes our way. But talk to me, B. What we got cooking today?
All right, let me double check the numbers.
Let me double check the numbers, but I told you, look, man, you got old shows that got numbers that's close to mine. Like tell them to step their game up. But we got a lot of good shows on the network, so I can't shoot my boys down there, all my guys. I'm just here to gotta raise the bar. That's what I'm here to raise the bar.
Okay, sir. I like it. You love it.
Of course.
A little in-house competition is always good.
You gotta have it, man. You gotta have it.
All right. So you want to talk about you want to do your first video, right?
Let's do it.
The one where you're gonna change the name of the show.
Huh.
All right, that one.
Joining us is Coach Matt Lyle, who has been both a softball and baseball coach at every level. I'm talking about from Little League all the way up to the majors. And he says athletic entitlement starts with youth sports and that parents are mainly to blame. Let me start with you, Coach. Why do you say that parents are to blame for this?
Well, somewhere along the way, a shift happened in team sports where the emphasis went from teamwork and life lessons and being a better person and accountability to now about getting that scholarship and making the big leagues. So this huge shift has really happened in youth sports, and parents are driving the vehicle of, how do I get my kid to get noticed? How can I get him to the big leagues? And so I've noticed that big shift in my career.
Now, you say that there are 8-year-old kids that have more power than their coaches. Why? How does an 8-year-old kid get power more than their coaches?
I just think for a lot of parents out there, they love their kids. They want what's best for them. And so they evaluate, you know what, I'm smarter than the coach that you have. I'm more experienced. And so listen to me. You don't have to listen to your coach. And these conversations are happening at the dinner table or on the way to the game.
I want to hear.
Oh, that's fucking Instagram noise.
What? I'm just saying.
No, I should have cut the noise at the end. But so, what, sir? Tell me what you got from this video, sir.
A reality check.
Hmm.
That's all I can see is a reality check. And people need to start being a little bit more like they got to understand, they got to see, right? That's what I want. I want people to start seeing the numbers and the reality, okay? Like this is a lot of pressure and there's a standard that's pressed on kids. You know what I mean? To just be kids. And then, it's
Sir. You got to tell your friends to relax right now, sir. You are live.
bro, when you got the hottest network, baby, what you want to do? What you want me to do? I got the hottest network. It's like Jay-Z got the hottest chick in the gang wearing my chain. What you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? But nah, like, you know, I just feel like, you know, coaches do the best they can. They coaches go to clinics, coaches actually do some YouTube, and coaches actually work on some of these things, have past experience with guys. I tell people a lot of times that, you know, a lot of the stuff that a coach really knows comes from trial and error from his past, you know. And for a coach to really be doing the best he can and to kind of get undermined by someone that allegedly you trusted to be with the coach. Shit, I think you said that before, you know, it's like, you know, you brought him to me, then you got to let me do my thing. Instead, this era that we're in right now empowers the kid and empowers the coach, the parent, to the point where the coach sometimes feel like he got no hands. I can't grow it. I can't make it because of, you know, this extra, like I talked about it, this entitlement. And we gotta become a little more realistic. Like at the end of the day, if we know these numbers to be true of guys that make it to the highest levels, whether it's Division I, whether it is NFL, the numbers is low. It's gonna probably buzz again. The numbers is low. So with the numbers being so low, you know, let's just start focusing on what we need to focus on. Keeping the kid healthy, keeping the kid active, getting the kid involved, making friends, networking. See, these are the things that help you as an adult. Not so much focusing on getting to Division I and getting to the NFL. Like those things don't help you as an adult at all. But those first three things that I just said, they will help you become a great man and a great woman. So like we gotta shift the focus. I mean, again, I don't know. Like you guys will jump on the topic and let me know what you're thinking. I mean, that's just where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, you know, since we're talking about the parents, there's a difference between being included in the process and being in the way of the process. So I think the parents have to understand that. A lot of times, even in my training sessions, especially with the young kids, if they make a mistake, their eyes go directly to their parents instead of being on me that I'm about to give you the instruction to correct whatever mistake you made. So a lot of times in my training session, I'll kick the parents out. All right, you're in the way now because now your kid isn't hearing my voice to make the correction on the mistake that he or she has made. So a lot of times they'll get kicked out of the session. And then I'll make the kids pay for it too. Every time you look at your parents, you got to do 10 push-ups. You know, so like I said, being included in the process is what you want to be as a parent, but you don't want to be in the way. And a lot of parents are in the way, especially if you're.
Why is that? See, or what's going on? Like, where's the trust issues coming from that is being pushed down on the coaches?
From their own traumas. You know,
I mean, that plus all the stuff that we see on social media, all the sideways stuff the coaches doing. Now everybody want to follow the coaches on social media, so you see all the personal conversations the coach media. Like it's my Instagram page, that's strictly business. The kid follow me on Twitter, Facebook. That's not where you belong. So if you see something on there, you know what I mean? Like now you want to comment and then you have conversations about this, that, you know what I mean? The parents come up, you hee, ha, ha, laugh a little joke here and there. And then it stretches out the way. But then you got the bad apples in the bunch. It only takes a few. It only takes a few. Unless you got a real solid foundation. Once the bad apples get in there, they start turning everything around, saying this, saying that, then everything started getting out of whack. You only got to have one bad incident that happened. After all that stuff, after everything that started, you had one bad incident, and everybody was like, he was right.
Yeah.
And they don't understand that the mistakes are going to happen in this field, right? You want everything to be perfect. And it's like, well, he'll listen to me. Maybe if I say it in my certain kind of way, well, if you could say it in your kind of way, you wouldn't be paying me to train your kid,
Right.
or you wouldn't bring your kid for me to coach him in at the high school level.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just like the past traumas of mistakes or bad relationships they had in the past with their kids, and then even their own personal traumas of not having trust issues.
Yeah. I wish I could get some parents on. I know I got Mike Bright. Shout out to Mike Bright on our Instagram feed right now. He's always good. Okay, here we go. Mike Bright said that as a parent, I like to just watch. For me, it's to reinforce what the trainer is teaching. If I can watch on a closed circuit TV, I would leave the room, laughing out loud. He said, but I see parents trying to teach at the same time, and that's just wrong. And that's true. I mean, shout out to Mike. I got the younger Mike Jr. Doing some D-line work over with us right now, and Marlon came in the gym Saturday, and Mike just sits there and chills out, and I've been knowing Mike for a while. Okay, so Mike Jr. played with me when he was a senior, so Mike just kind of just chills. We have conversations with Mike. Mike always kind of lets you know about what the expectations are. I hope we can get to this. What you think we need to do to get to that? Hey, Don, here's an idea that I figured out. What do you think about the idea? I'm quite sure because you got the younger son, you probably get some of the same type of interaction with Mike. Because, again, Mike is kind of straightforward with what he does, but he kind of doesn't overbearing, right? He's never been overbearing in my world. But I get it, too, that sometimes past traumas do kind of put people in situations. I'm thinking dads and their old coaches and probably how they felt like they probably should have been on another level, but because of old coaching, they didn't get to that level. So they want to reinforce or try to help coach or do their thing. I also know that you probably we talking about relationships, then, there's another hidden trauma right there, past broken relationships that don't work. And that's probably why, you have these, let me just make sure that I'm making sure that the kid is okay. And I want to make sure the kid is okay. And, I get it. I get it totally. But shout out to Brian Martin, said trust DM. I just know that a lot of people, we got to really check numbers. There's really numbers out here that you can actually check and say, this is why this is happening. Like these guys that do this, these parents that do that, just really real live numbers. You just got to kind of do some mental research on that. In my opinion, because I check numbers. Like I was telling you brothers earlier off to the side, that I seen kids outside playing football today. And great, because I love to see kids being active. That's always the best thing. But active kids playing football and active kids playing an organized, I'll use it like that, an organized sport is interesting. Interesting on the age, interesting that risk versus reward is what people really got to understand. Like, so I got my son out here and it's like, like, I don't know, 20 degrees outside. Is that a good thing? Or is that a bad thing? Sometimes I hear the phrase, and B, I know you probably hear it because you got some old school guys down there. Oh, it's football weather. But at the end of the day, COVID was real and the flu is real. And like, so you got to always try to protect yourself too. So we're not going to be too ignorant and naive to say that it's right to do that stuff, because at the end of the day, if he ends up sick, no school, like a doctor bill, it's off work. It's a lot of stuff that comes with that. So we got to be smart about our movements. So
what you mean? Ain't none of that on me. I asked the parent job. I ain't got to take him to the hospital. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just the football coach.
But the parent got to understand that, you know what, coach, you're out of your mind. Like, that's what this is what we're talking about. There's a time when we do need a parent to be like, hey, coach, stop. Just stop, for real. I'm going home. Or, you know what, you can keep that program. I'm going over here. This is the part that confuses a guy like myself. I'm not going to speak for everybody. I'm going to speak for myself. You got some parents that'll let their kid go outside and that type of stuff. Then you got that same parent that want to be coaching and training their kid in the midst of the coaching and the training. Like shit, like you said, what are we doing? because the numbers show that
crazy.
only a very, very, very small percentage are gonna go to the next level. Congratulations to DePaul Catholic for having so many kids go Division I, but that's something that don't normally happen. It's usually one high level kid. It's usually, one. I mean, and it's crazy because out of every kid that we see go Division I, it might just really be one guy in New Jersey that goes to the NFL. Like the numbers are just so crazy. And I mean, Maryland is a little smaller than Jersey, but shoot, it's got to be the same type of numbers, right? Be it like the numbers don't increase because of the state. It's just what it is. Then you don't have enough because it's just that hard to get to that level. So all of the extra overcoaching, the extra overtraining, I think you talked about overtraining before. Like, it's really not it. Yeah, like,
yeah, I think it's a society issue, right? Because especially,
Nah, B, I had to take a deep breath, man.
yeah, it's crazy. It's a society issue because a lot of us as parents, as my age, and the 30s and up, we try to shelter our kids and not allow them to be raised like we were raised. So as a parent or someone in that position, you're kind of conflicted on really how to raise your kid. Do you want to be let them go, sink or swim, or do I want to protect them, overprotect them? So I think it's a lot of that going on, and we have to change that as parents. We have to find that medium. So a lot of times what I tell parents is how you were raised, it turned out pretty okay for you, didn't it? So why are you sitting here tying your 10-year-old shoe? Because he asked you to tie his shoe. Go sit over there. He's 10 years old. He can tie his own shoe. So I think that's what it is when it comes to the, this particular topic, is that it stems from the parenting, and we don't want our kids to be raised like us. So we change the formula. Right. You can keep the same formula, add a little tweaks here and there, but we're going totally opposite. Where we used to, we could just go outside and play, be home before the street lights come on. Now, where are you going, Tommy? Put your location on, and I get it, it's for certain reasons, but that it makes parents overprotective, and we call them helicopter moms, helicopter dads, where they're just hovering over the kid in anything that they do, and they're not letting them flap their wings. So I think it's more like a society issue with that too.
Yeah. B, what you think? You got something on that, man?
So I'm not like y'all. I don't have 14 rings. I'm not the aggressive coach. No, listen. So I coached youth football for 9 years. 9 years is 8 or 9, one of the two, before I went over to high school. The first year we went to the D2 championship game. We lost in the championship game. The rest of the years we just broke even. The last year we won the championship in the city league, which was what they call D3, but it's a whole different league. It's whatever. We wasn't, my shit was not built upon winning, but I never lost kids. I lost the parents after a while, but I never lost the kids. I had the same core of kids I had from when I began to when I ended. I went to 3 different programs. 3 different programs, and my kids followed me wherever I went, for the most part. The kids believed in me. They played hard. I understood the kids. Yeah, I gave them a little bit of rope sometimes because I know some of the kids going through certain things just like that. We had new kids coming in. I don't do the daddy ball. Never did the fucking favorites. None of that shit. So the last program went to, they all about winning, and in reality, we fucking suck. We fucking suck. We couldn't beat nobody we had to beat. And this was me taking a step back. And we couldn't beat nobody we had to beat. It fucking sucked. So I told them next year, this experience working with y'all was cool, but I'm not doing this shit. So one dude didn't like me, and he went around and made sure everybody fucking knew that he didn't like me. And it fucked up the relationship with the kids. We had 75 kids the year before. Starting off, I had 3. They made sure that all the kids went somewhere else because of what he felt about me. I don't do shit the way that they want to do shit. So I'm the bad guy. I'm the one who coddles the kids. I'm the one out here making the kids soft. Right. That's what I'm doing. I mean, it was to the point when people really, the dude kept coming to the field every time. He gonna punch me in my face, all this shit. Sir, it's nothing but space and opportunity. I just want to let you know, every action has an equal or opposite reaction. Okay. I mean, the shit got out of hand after a while, like threatening to shoot the football field up.
Anytime we get there, I'm going to my car and I'm leaving. No, I'm not, it's not going to ever be that for me.
Oh, no. I went to the car and came back, and then he was gone. Because I got tired. I dealt with it the first day. I dealt with it the second day. I told it wasn't going to happen the third. And then that's what I did. So I let myself get out of somebody pulled me out of my position because I'm not that guy. Have you ever seen me angry? You ever seen me upset? No. I might say a few things here and there, but you never seen me angry or upset. It's taking a while for me to get there.
We just hear sir. That's what we hear, sir.
Yeah. Now that's why I say now, sir. So it's good but it should be stupid. You're like as much money as it is in football, as many opportunities that these kids have in football, we kill this shit for ourselves. I'm gonna say we because it's a lot of people in it, and it's like the crabs in the barrel. Like you don't want to see the next person succeed. Like if me and she have a disagreement about, I think he should have went for the Hail Mary. No, he did a quarterback sneak instead. I'm leaving. I'm gonna go start my own program. For what? Because we had a disagreement. We're fucking adults. Go ahead, she. Tell them what you feel. You don't give a fuck about it. A grown man. You don't give a fuck about his feelings, right? It is what it is. Like that shit is stupid, And then you pull your 5 kids that rep with you. You talk bad about the program. You get another 4 parents to leave. Now I got a hole in my shit. You trying to start a new program with one motherfucking team and shit, and it's a clusterfuck of shit. And we does this shit all the time in the city. We does this shit all the time in the city, and we hurt ourselves. We hurt ourselves. There's strength in numbers.
Yeah, but see,
and every year we do this bullshit.
Shout out to Nook Strada's Track Club. He said crab in the barrel mentality. Like she said, that happens up north. I've seen guys leave organizations and try to jumpstart their own organization and everything.
Don't have nothing together yet.
Well, see, I just attribute all of that to social media. Social media has shown people that if you put an idea together, it probably will take off. And it won't take much work because social media don't tell you about the work. It just tell you about what it looks like, what it's perceived to be. So, I get it.
You know how much it costs to get 10 helmets?
Well, no one thinks about it.
Now try to get 25.
Here's the thing. There's another thing that I'm noticing from the youth level that's affecting the high school level is that parents are this is their bank accounts when they first start their kid. Then you know what happens every year? It just drops and drops. Then you get to the high school level, SHE program, my program, a lot of other programs, and then we're asking for the smallest things. Ma, we need $200 from to be in a speed program. Whoa, I just met you. It wasn't me. It was somebody else maybe, but because that, you know what I'm saying? That then this one, I'm following this coach. I'm going to that place. I'm trying to do all these other different things. And I'm just shelling it out. By the time you get to the part where you have to shell it out, college camps, where you have to shell it out, training sessions, when you have, because it's important at this point. It's important at 8. And see, I don't really want to try to cast myself sheep by saying it's not important, because it's important at 8 too. But obviously, the closer you are to end game is when it really becomes important. This is when he can really understand what's actually being taught. This is when he's going to have to show to other people, other college coaches and stuff, okay, I know how to play corner. Okay, I know how to play receiver. I know how to play D-line. This is how I know because I do these types of trainings. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Now, when he's young, there aren't those types of trainings, those type of people to impress. The only person every kid should be trying to impress is their mom and their dad by saying they had fun, they learned something, they did not get hurt, and they don't mind coming back. Like that's the only thing that should be happening. It shouldn't be going above and beyond in a world where no one cares if you're the number one 9-year-old in football because it changes so often. It won't matter until he becomes a senior whether we like him or don't like him. Like basketball, my basketball guys will disagree because I know in basketball and I believe in baseball too, rankings mean a lot early because those guys can go pro early. Football, the journey is long. So you could be the number one 9-year-old, get to high school and be a dud. You could be the number one senior, like graduating high school and then being a dud in college. So it's just one of those things where football is so hit. Again, these are numbers. I'm not pulling them out. I'm really not just making these numbers up. These are legit numbers that you can research. And because just this sport that we love is so kind of hard to hit it out the park, you gotta really tread lightly on your movements, you know. And the part that makes a person like myself mad, but it don't mean mad, makes me bothered. And while we're going to have the number one show, because this type of information, these type of conversations, they're going to start being heard loud and clear because there's not that many successes going on. And I'm speaking to the unsuccessful ones. I'm not speaking to I don't have to say nothing to the guy that's going Division I. It's set. I'm not going to say nothing to the guy that's at the combine this week. It's set. I'm speaking to the one who's not going there and have to understand, hey, we have to have a plan A because football can't be plan A. They got to be plan C. All right? Because it's so hard. But we can use football to get into college for free, regardless of the level. But we got to make sure we got plan A right, which is the academic. That's what the A is for. Academic has got to be the number one plan. It's the reason why your kid will be able to go to any college is that they have the academic part right, the academic structure right. You got that, we're good. Half decent athlete, great grades, there you go. There you go. No problems. But you could be you gonna have a great athlete, but half decent grades. It don't work. Nah, I don't know, coach. I don't think so. I will send them. So you know what? Send them JUCO, and boy, that's going to be a tunnel race for you to get out of nowadays. That sound like a dope thing. Yo, I'm just going JUCO. JUCO is designed. They're redesigning JUCO so that way the transfer portal kids can get inside, redesign themselves and take themselves back up to a level where they was already on. So a Division I guy says, I'm transferring out, I ain't got a home, I'm jumping into Lackawanna. Now I'm in Lackawanna, I'm redesigning myself, reprogramming, letting people know how much of a stud I am, and then I'm going, boom, right back to Division I. Actually, you know what, Brandon? Play the clip. Play the Cam Newton clip. Because that's what this is. That's what that speaks to right there. But Rick Pitino saying, I'm not getting a high school kid because I'm trying to replace those type of guys. Shout out to Mustafa Douglas. Will Hill was the number one high school player ranked in the nation, which is true. Rasul Douglas wasn't ranked at all, which is true. Both went to the league. So and even in that standard, it's just hard to say who makes it, who doesn't make it. If you're a great athlete, they will figure it out. And that's true. That is true. But we got to make sure that we have the academic structure along with it. Because some of our people, old and new, and I know you're going to agree to this, they felt like, man, just go ahead and score get 1,000 yards and get 20 touchdowns. They're coming. No, they not coming. You got to make sure that the classroom hitting too. Or you just going to be one of them guys that's missed out. Emphasis on great. I got it. I love it.
Hey, so real quick, if y'all want to see y'all comments up on the screen, y'all can check out the Sam Sports on the Instagram, Facebook. Y'all can go to DM Facebook page. And pop up so y'all can get them on the screen. Right? Y'all want to see yourself up there on the screen, because we about to go global, baby. Going global. But I got a side question.
Okay.
My son is 6. Was 6. He been coached by me. Now he's going to high school and he's going to be coached by Sheed.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all have a do y'all have a problem with that, having one coach? Well, not so. Let's not take the daddy ball outlook of it. Let's not take the daddy ball outlook.
About to hit.
Let's
Daddy ball's about to jump right on you.
say that
But go ahead.
when you have one coach for 8, 9, 10 years, this coach is only going to give you what they know, or give you what they want you to have. Then you get to she gonna talk to him differently. He gonna treat him differently. He gonna give shit to him differently. He gonna the terminology is different. So then the kid gonna be stuck for that first month and a half. She might be like, man, why the fuck they sent him over here? This motherfucker don't know what the fuck he doing. And the kid, maybe he trying to figure that shit out. So it's holding him back a little bit.
I mean, I'm on this one. I'm old school. I don't know. You can follow up after I'm finished. I'm trying not to take long. Where's long? I'm old school on this one, where I rather a certain coach, like, first of all, knowing the coaches and making sure the coaches are good at where they are. When I coached Little League football, I was good with the 13 to 12s and up. That was my crew. I was great with them. I wasn't great with the 8s to 10, but it was another guy, Hakeem Hayden. He was amazing with 8s to 10s. So he stayed on that level. He never came up. You know what I mean? I never went down. I do know that I notice it's a trend nowadays in youth sports where the guys go with their kids all the way up. You know, that's cool, but I don't like it because, like you just said, once he gets to high school on up, there's different voices. If he gets to high school, he's gonna have his freshman coaches first. That's gonna be his main voice. Then, depending on how his growth is, his second year gonna be varsity and JV coaches. You get what I'm saying? Then it's the JV coach. Then it's the varsity coach in the end. So in 4 years, he's gonna have to listen to about 4 different coaches. Whereas from 8 to 12, 8 to 14, he listens to one coach. It's going, like you said, it's going to be an adjustment process in there. You know what I mean? What I've done with mine was I let him play for who we played for. You played for one guy, the next you know that guy, he got too old for that guy, played for another guy. And like what we talked about before, what Mike said, what I did was sit back, listen, and reinforce what Coach was saying. Like, yo, he was right. He was wrong about this. I never forget, shout out Coach Rogers. He was training my nephew at DB. And we played a great game against Silk City. They had Dez. This is their 8th grade year sheet. And Dez is like, he's Superman. This motherfucker's flying all over the place and shit, right? And my nephew has never been on the stage like this. He's never had to guard an athlete like that. And he's like, yo, like, what they want me to do with him? I'm like, listen, what you do is what your coach told you to do. And sometimes the matchup just ain't for you. Like, sometimes you're just going to be outmatched. But that don't mean what the coach was telling you is wrong. Every situation is different. We left that situation, boom. Now, his senior year, he had to come back to playing corner. It was amazing. He was really good this year. I was really proud of him. So it's one of those things where you have to kind of teach them at the end of the day, trust your training. And because I trusted the trainer, knowing who I am too, so I want parents to understand this. Like, I ain't no slouch at no coaching. Trust that. Okay, I might not have as many as the individual at the bottom of the screen, but I'm like that. So therefore, and I was able to defer to other guys because at the end of the day, I did my research on the guys. I'd also made sure that when I did the research on them, I watched their track record with other guys. And then I said, you know what? Here you go. I'm going to stand over here. Shout out to Georgie Moore on the check-in. Georgie Moore, I coach my son hard. So when I look at trainers and when I look for trainers and Coach Sheed was the perfect guy to train him and help him get to the next level. I've had David in the gym. She'd had David in the gym, and I've been in the gym with Sheed and David. And baby, it is hilarious. If you ever get a chance to go to Poland and catch them two in the gym, oh man, you are in for a treat. But he's right. He got to be coached hard because I think we had this conversation before about guys and how do you coach them. And some guys you got to motherfucker them. Some guys you got to love them. You got to know the guy. She, go ahead and jump in there. I spent too much time on it. Come on, man.
Nah, it's all good. Yeah, just to answer like Brandon's question is, as the coach, as the high school coach now that's about to train your son, because I also have to do my due diligence about the kid that I'm about to coach too. So I know automatically based off of that scenario, you have his ear more than I do. So now I got to make sure I build a relationship with you where you're regurgitating the information that I need you to regurgitate to him, not say something different. Because like you said, he may have a learning curve adjusting to me. So now I'm gonna use you to get my message across. Because right now I'm speaking Chinese to him. He don't know Chinese. So I'm gonna translate that over to you. You translate it over to him. And now once he's grasped that information, now I can say, all right, B, get out the way. I got him. Now I got him. Because now we speak in the same language. Right. But the problem happens when I'm trying to get him to adapt to my style, but he's going back to you every time. He's going back to you because that's his comfort. So as the coach, you know, I would try to do my due diligence of understanding that and using you to make sure, hey, I need him to be at 4.5 when he's playing corner. And you just translate that same information to him as much as you need, however you do it, but don't go to him saying, man, you got to be pressed. And well, that's going to prevent his learning curve because that's not what I'm doing. So I think, you know, this ties into all of the conversations that we're having with the parents being included, but not being in the way. Like you're going to hear me say that a lot throughout this podcast because I see where the energy is going. Right. Yeah. That's you being included. It's not you being in the way of his development. So I think that's kind of how you handle that scenario that you talk about.
Like yeah, I like that. Tashawn Hedden jumped on the check-in. Tashawn Hedden said it's going to be hard no matter where you go. It's about how you handle adversity, especially at the next level. Shout out to Tashawn Hedden. Tashawn Hedden played at Shabazz when I was coaching at Shabazz and went on to University of New Haven. 2-time Division II, I believe New Haven is, All-American. You know, shout out to his mom. He had a mom that was one of those moms that, you know, she know how to slap him upside his head and send him back inside to you. You know, I said that about the fight last night when everybody's talking about nobody throwing no punch. I said, because ain't nobody been raised by that mom that sends you back outside to fight. But there's another topic for another day. Yeah, Mo, that's Tashawn from Shabazz right there, man. I like Coach Terrell. Shout out to him. You know, he said you got to have an alpha trainer. You know, alpha trainers help. Alpha trainers help because you know
it's just knowing your kid. So like we talk about Dave. Dave is a strong personality kid. We talked about we had Sabal on the show 2 weeks ago. He's a strong personality kid. So if you're not hitting that head on with him, you lost him. It's not going to work. He's going to walk all over you. He going to listen and be respectful, but he ain't going to just fan you off. So with kids like that, you got to mean like, nah, this shit is real. And we can go about it however you want to go about it. You want to line up, we can line up. You want to, however this going to shape. And then once they earn that respect, you got them. It's over.
Yeah, that's why you keep the cleats close. I know.
Yeah, I keep the cleats on. Yeah.
Now listen, but that's how it works, man. But you have to, and again, like I said, just understanding who you're training. You know, again, shout out to Nork Striders. You know, they got to have a conversation with them. I don't mind talking to my kids. Like, I mean, I talk. Tashawn said he keep his cleats too. He's training too, so he got his cleats with him all the time too. So it's one of them things where I try to make sure, like, and because I'm a coach, so it'd be interesting when I'm training. When I'm training, I always say, listen, when I'm talking to him, I'm talking to everybody. And so as one guy getting reps, you should be getting reps behind him. Like, we should all be getting reps together. And then when people don't listen after about my third time, because I'm like a mom and a coach. So at the 3 times somebody messed up the drill, yo, drop. Hey, shit, I think I seen you do that before too. Yo, drop. Get the push-ups going. Bump it. We're just going to be a strong-ass team. We'll be a strong-ass group. Like, we're not going to, you have to pay attention. ATD, attention to detail. So that's the type of training that I try to offer out there. And then honestly, you know what it ends up doing, B? Ends up kind of doing what in real good programs do. It lets the room manage the room. So now the alpha trainer, done made an alpha like David Moore, one of them guys, and now they in the room like, hey, yo, bro, I'm not doing no more push-ups. Either catch the pants, bro, it happens, bro. I'm telling you, it's a great thing for it to happen because you need competition everywhere. You want to be on that next level, you got to have your kid competing at everything, and even if it's just to prove that I'm the best person in this workout session right now, you gotta want to have that, man. Like, come on. But yeah, that's what I would say, man. About, you know, I like diversity, man. I like having different people coach your kid. I like what you said, Sheet, about being invested. You know, like you got to be invested because just dropping them off and leaving, that ain't too much of an investment. You know, ask questions.
And people still do that. They just pull up and drop their kids off and roll out.
Oh, yes, Sarsky.
Listen, but again, if that's your plan, because ain't nothing wrong with that plan, right? Depending upon what your expectations are. See, if the expectation ain't much, then hey, drop them and roll. Drop them and roll. Because at the end of the day, you know, and I get it, everybody's busy. Everybody has a life. They got stuff going on. Schedules are crazy like that. So I get it. But sometimes, I know, B, but sometimes
this is not a daycare service.
No, it's not, and it won't ever be treated like that. In these two gyms that's represented today, so I don't know about other gyms, but in these two gyms, it's not gonna ever be that. But the way how I'm gonna take this with me personally, why I like to have a parent there, is because I want to a parent. I'm the open door policy. What you think? You like this? You think we need to take something away? Trust me, I already got a blueprint in my brain of what I'm doing anyway. But I just always like to hear like what you think. Do you think he's learning? Do you think he's getting better? Because if you think that way and I think that way, then we're going in the right direction. If you think something ain't right, then maybe I need to clarify it for you because I can see where I can fix that. Or maybe it's just not right and maybe he need to do something else. Because trust me, it's been situations had to snap 3 times because it's been situations where you have a guy in your session and he does not belong in your session. Okay, you might have a guy that is I'm gonna make it so non-harsh. You might have a quarterback, right? And he is in the D-line session, and he don't need to be in the D-line session. All right, definitely need the reviews. I love the reviews. So that's what I'm saying. I'm making it real easy in this conversation right now because I think some people know what the reality really is. You know, when I have an O-lineman and he's over there working out with the wide receivers or he's working out with the defensive backs, we are counterproductive right now. We need to talk. Because other than that, you're just because because for me, Bing, I don't want to be the one that's doing this to that parent's pockets and not doing this investment. You know what I mean? I want, if you're going to spend, I want you to see a return on your investment. And so let's all talk and work together because if we don't, in 4 years, I see it every 4 years, every year, I should say, actually, when that kid be sitting around like this, wondering where the offer coming from, where the school's coming from, what's going on, and ain't nothing going on, I can always go back to my middle back like, that was the kid that was doing, yeah, all right. And that's the kid that was, yeah, I know. I know what happened.
Yo, nah, it's crazy that you say that because I was doing a DePaul camp, you know, DePaul youth summer camp, and I had a kid. He was a chunky kid at the time. He's like, yeah, I'm a receiver. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I told the kid, I said, you need to be working out and get your body where it needs to be in order to play that position. So obviously the kid went back home to the dad, told him whatever story. Dad comes in. He ain't like what I said. But I stood down on him. I'm like, you want your kid to be this. He has to work out and train. So there was a little bit of friction. But guess who I train now? He's 12 years old. I trained that same kid years later. At receiver because he got his body where it needs to be. So there's a difference. I say all that to say there's a difference between being disrespectful and being, you know, honest and upfront to what's going on and how you present that information. So I wasn't being disrespectful. I was just being honest. If this is your goal to play wide receiver, you got to get rid of that belly. You can't have a belly talking about you about to be a receiver.
Yeah.
So until you fix your body, then we could talk about this receiver stuff you talking about. So,
Right.
like I said, that same kid, me and dad is cool to this day. I actually coach his daughter at flag football too. So we have a great relationship.
Big season coming up, flag football. I know that.
Yes, sir. Yes,
We had
sir.
a
So
meeting
yeah,
today.
that's just great that you made that point.
I got
Yeah.
cussed out last year in flag football because the linemen kept showing up. So I put the lineman at tight end. And two of them know how to catch. So they rotate, snapping, catching the ball. The head coach came out there. Come here. Why is he out there catching ball? Sir, it's 7-on-7. He come to practice every day. He can get a pass or two. It's not that big of a deal. He know he's a lineman. He know he a lineman. I ain't never hit the end of that shit before, but I ain't never hit. It's 7-on-7.
Yeah, and you said the most important part. You said he knows he's a lineman.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
not like he going out there and now next season, coach, I've been doing 7-on-7. Now I'm a tight end. He knows what he is. He
Mhm.
just he using that to stay out of trouble, or he bored at home. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Whatever the case may be. But like you said, he knows he is a lineman. That's all that. Then we good. As long as you know.
Like you said, that's the most important part right there. But hey, man, what you got?
You wanna
for
go-
me?
We're not recruiting any high school basketball players. Not this year. We've already recruited Ruben, Lefty. Come on, we're building from that. We're not this year. We're not even looking at a high school
Let's speed
basketball
up a little
player
bit
because we're losing
I know this is a long
Davon
one.
Kadari.
Huh?
So let's speed it up a little bit because I know Cam got a spill behind it. So I'm gonna speed it up. Rick Pitino was saying that he's not bringing in no high school guys. He already got high school guys on the roster, and they're losing some like veteran guys, and he wants to replace veterans with veterans. So that's where we're at. Good, let's get to Cam.
Biggest, and I mean the absolute biggest threat to you guys has been the transfer portal, whether you want to believe it or not. When I was growing up and when I was getting recruited, yeah, the onus was on, hey, being a 5-star recruit. Hey, yeah, I got this, or yeah, I got that. Man, I had a kid over the weekend, we played in the tournaments, talking to another kid, talking about, boy, I got 62 offers.
How many schools can you go to?
Like, you only can go to one.
Shit, now you can
Shit,
go to
now
4.
now you can go to 62, damn
You
it.
probably can go to 62.
You feel what I'm saying? Shit, you can spend a semester at a different school.
For real.
For now, you can.
Yeah.
But the point of the statement is this: like Rick Pitino is a veteran coach. He understands what comes with an entitled ass high school recruit. He don't want them headaches. His hair is already filled with just for men, hiding that damn gray.
Yeah.
He don't want to have to be able to go into these homes of players that's not trying to better themselves in their households. Because this is the thing. When you're recruiting a person who already knows it's time to perform versus a player who's trying to say, what can y'all give me to perform? It's two different
That's 2
conversations.
different,
So high school recruit, basketball, football, baseball, hockey, lacrosse. Understand this. There's this thing called transfer portal that is your nemesis, right? So act accordingly. Coaches never really needed you, and it's all a conditional relationship. Under the right conditions is the reason why they're recruiting you like they're recruiting you. You don't know unconditional love. It's everything in life has a transaction attached to it. Don't let that fly over your head.
Right on. So, like I said, let's get into it. The transfer portal is real. So guys are able to go to okay, good. Guys are able to go to Division I college, Division II college, hell, Division III college. And if things don't work out, they can go right to the transfer portal, put themselves back out there with their recruitment, and then get to another level. Now, it's different from back in the day where you had to drop down to be eligible. You got to go straight across. So, with that being said, it's a lot of guys that's floating around in the, in that portal. because there's so many guys floating around in that portal. We touched on this earlier. That's why guys are going into the junior college level, still not losing their eligibility and able to swing back up or to whatever level they need to go to. So, like he said, for high school guys, JUCO, transfer portal, like it's interesting spot for you. Like, this is why you might not be getting the buzz that you think you should be getting. And if you are getting a buzz, like they said, back in the day, you only go to one. Now they're thinking that you could go to 62, like he just said, but it's really not realistic with the number. The number is you can only go to one. I know of guys, they could have 20 offers, 30 offers. When they get time for that time, it will be one school that's going to probably say hi, 3 schools that's going to probably, hey, I'm with you, let's go, what we doing. Because as the time closes down on your junior year of recruiting, you're going to start to see the numbers start to dwindle down too. And you got to make a decision based upon the ones that's loving on you. Mustafa said, coaches say, we love to have you here, but damn sure don't need you, which is true. I mean, those are great coaches that say that, if you ask me. So that's the situation that's being placed upon right now with the high school athletes and what's going on in the transfer portal. So you got to make sure that, you are on your game in the classroom, on your game in your training session, on your game in the workout rooms. Like, you got to be, because if you're not, then it's going to be real hard for you to kind of like turn it up. Like, it's going to be hard for you to get to that level. And then when you get to that level, you got to be mindful that it's not just like they don't love you. Like, they need you. And if you can't fit what they thought that they needed, then they're going to tell you your service is not longer needed. So you got to be mindful about where you are and what you're doing, and being being diligent on that. You got to make sure that you are prioritizing being a great person, because at the end of the day, you can have grades and be a good athlete and be a bad person and get booted off. Like, people don't understand this. It's so many athletes. Like, I want people to understand that. Like, think about your local area, your local town. There's so many athletes just there. Everybody's not going to get up top, but it's easy for everybody to say, you know what? I don't like shit. I'm going to go with Brandon. I mean, it's like podcasts, right? It's a lot of podcasts. You don't got to tune to this one. You could tune into another one. It's like that. This is what it's like in the world right now, especially for college recruiting. So, my thoughts on that, like I said, is to what Cam is saying, is one of those things like, we got to kill the entitlement on the high school level. It's a lot of entitlement that I see. Got to kill or dumb down the ego. Like, you cool, but don't think you that cool. You know what I'm saying? Because in life is always somebody that's a little better than you. So you got to be humble. Humble will get you everywhere you got to be, if you ask me. What you got?
Unless you Ray Lewis. Ain't nobody better than Ray Lewis.
How long ago that guy played? What era did he play in? As you were. It's one of them. That's what I be saying. Jokers be getting time warp. How long ago? What era was that? I thought so.
Right.
Sean said, kill the delusion. I got eyes from Dame Harris, and I love it. Sean also said, not everyone in the transfer portal finds a new home. But that's a different conversation. It's a different one, and it's this one too. Sometimes you go.
That's why the JUCO is prevalent now, because
that's why they
too
popped
many
it back over.
kids. It's too many kids without a home. So now I have to incentivize them to want to go to JUCO, and that incentivization is you're not going to lose any eligibility if you go to JUCO. So that's why JUCO is what it is now, because they changed the rules on it. Where back in the day, if you go JUCO, you got to lose eligibility. So now, since there's so many kids that don't have a new home, all right, we got to put these kids somewhere because it looks bad on our part. Go to JUCO. You won't lose a year. Just go.
I'm a time warp myself, Brandon. I feel like things need to kind of go back to back in the day. Like back in the day, everybody did not get an offer Okay, like back in the day, in order for him to be him, he had to show that he was him. Like you didn't go to a game and you scratched your head like that's the kid that's supposed to be going to Penn State. Like, that. You didn't do that. You didn't do that. You came to the game like, okay, he playing. Yeah, I'm at that game. Oh, I'm at that game. He's gonna tear it up. And you go to that game, and as advertised, he's out there doing his numbers. Yep, that's a Division I guy. I'm going home. Like that's what it is. And those were the guys that would get the offers. Division I always had the what we call it, the money to go recruit and travel. And it ain't nothing new with them recruiting and traveling, but it was just a little harder to get the offer because they was looking for those guys. So
and it wasn't lazy recruiting. It wasn't I can go on your Twitter and huddle and I gotta go to your school, see you, get your VHS tape. Like that's what it was. Now it's I can go on your Instagram and your Twitter or whatever the case and see,
like,
oh, you got an offer from here, and I might as well do the same, give you the offer.
I'm in the race.
Yeah,
so the race and get an offer.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, like it should be. I'm telling you, and I think if the colleges take this approach, they'll make more money than what they think they're making. One thing that's going to happen, right? Still go check kids out. That's what you should do. But make kids camp. Because that highlight tape ain't enough. I need to see you live. And if you like that, what's going to end up happening is I'm not going to let you train, or because this happens in college camps too. So everybody please be mindful of how college camps work. The ones that they like, you don't go get coached up by the coach from New Haven, okay? They take you in the back. You go get coached up by their DB coach, by their O-line coach, by that guy, okay? And in that world, he going to take you through a workout, and then he going to walk out of there and he going to tell the head coach, either here or here. And that's how you know whether you got a guy. Look, Terrell says, look how much talent was missed with that old school. I don't know, because I've never not enjoyed a football season on NFL or college, so I don't know who got missed. The money is there, the ratings was there, right? I mean, I don't know who got missed, but I know my brother. My brother, he playing a joke on me. So what Terrell is saying is, allegedly, dudes be getting missed. Don't nobody get missed. No, what applies? Don't nobody get me big. Nobody get me big. Nobody getting missed, bro. The real comes to the table, bro. If you are a dog, it will show. If you are a poodle, it will show. What we got from Dan Harrison. The interaction with all kids who trying to be seen is totally different. You can see the hunger come out of kids. That's what we talking about. Putting them, it's a kennel. Putting them dogs in the kennel and the ones that's going to turn it up, that's the guy. But if he ain't turning it up, he not the guy. And that's what's been happening. So like she said, been some lazy recruiting. There's been some bad goods sold, right? And so now we got a lot of guys on teams, and then coaches like, nah, he could go somewhere else. That's not going to work no more. That's not going to work here. Because there's an adjustment that kids have to make from the high school to the college, regardless of the level, in order to be good on that level. So like everybody think about it. Little League, you had to work a certain level. High school, you got to work a little more. College, you got to work a little more. So because you got those different types of levels out there, you can't just get caught up in the, well, I'm going to just do the workout on the same time that she told me when I was in high school and I'm in college now. No. 5 a.m. wake up, 5:45, 5:30 breakfast, 5:45 check-in, 6 o'clock lift, 6 o'clock run, 6:30 whatever practice, whatever we got, 7 o'clock practice, 8 o'clock class. After 8 o'clock class, it's probably a 10 o'clock class, a 10 o'clock class, maybe a 1 o'clock class. Then after that, back to the field. Okay, meeting at 5 o'clock, then a night run at 6 o'clock, maybe another run in at 7 and I'm back to the dorm and I'm back at it again. That's a college schedule. And I ain't even adding your meal plans. I ain't adding your studying. I ain't even adding your homework. That's a college plan. So now you take that type of schedule and then you compare to what you're doing in high school. You think that's enough? It's not enough, but you have to mentally be able to graduate. So like how you graduate out of high school, graduate to that level right there. And if you don't graduate, then that's why they have transfer portals. So now you get out of there.
So is that the schedule for all levels of college, or is it like the 1A high schools practice different than the 4A high schools because the intensity, the dogs are different. You know,
resources. It's the resources. It's about how many people that I have to work with, guys, as opposed to you. So lower level schools, like, so I know a couple of my guys, they coach sprint football and they coach Division III football. They don't have a lot of coaches like that. You know what I mean? So they gotta kind of she coach JUCO, so you could tap into this one too. Like, you only have a certain amount of time to work with your guy because you just don't have resource time like that. But on a Division I level, you got to think you got position coaches, grad.
It's a full-time job.
It's his only job. But then you got see, resources are different. Grad assistants there too. You got some people that just look, they're not even coaches. They're just working on the technical program, the engineering program, the video programming, or whatever's going on. The Division I level is different. It's just it's wow, it's insane. When you hear about Urban Meyer like wanting to get off the plane because he's having a fucking aneurysm because there's so much stress, because it is nonstop stuff going now. So I can understand that. But you know, obviously the lower the level, the lesser the resource, which will change certain things. But you have to think, my thoughts is comparing the high school schedule. I'm just gonna speak on the level that I'm on, because I know the Little League schedule is even lower, right? It's what, 2 or 3 practices, and maybe you come see Sheed or me once or twice a week. Done, right? High school level is you should have about 3 or 4 practices during the week, whatever. Then you'll probably come see Sheed and me once or twice a week. You should have a weight training off-season program and still come see Sheed and me like once or twice a week. And that's it. But nothing happens too early. Now, Sheed is at a private school. So now they have some 5 a.m. workouts. They're probably coming up too. So they do have some early morning workouts that's going to be going down to go along with their regular schedule. But then after that, it's a weight room regimen, and then they free to go, right, Sheed? So it's not really that entailed like college. But what you got, Sheed?
Yeah, so right now it's just all weight room and study hall. That's our off season, and that happens right after school. In April, we'll have like open workouts, but that's once a week. But you know, for the colleges to come out and see, you know, routes on there, stuff like that. And that's usually early in the morning, 6 a.m. in the morning, and then they still got to do their, you know, study hall and all that stuff after school. But right now, that's what it is.
So now, B, you take that and that 1 day a week, add that times every day this week. When you get
right. So you do that for 4 years, and then you get to high school, and now your whole life is just then you get to and your whole life is just football. So kids get burnt out, or it'll be too much mentally. Damn, I don't have a break. Damn, I ain't got no time to myself.
What's the end goal?
But see, if
I'm just saying.
So
if
no, because
trying to make $1 million, I gotta do what I gotta do.
But y'all will give it to them straight like that.
That's why they gotta tune
because
into the coach's corner.
Now, let's say that they was with me, and I don't give it to them as raw and as straight blank period as it is up there. Then you get up there, and then you got 2 different mentalities of kids going into this building. Again, once you start thinking, you start moving slower.
But you know what? I think. Go ahead, Sheed. Go ahead.
I think it's because stupid. I think it's because coaches across the world, right? We kind of get away from the true essence of what football is supposed to do for these kids. That's teach accountability. That's teach them how to be a man of their word or her word, right? if you start teaching those things, then it becomes easier to transition to that type of schedule.
Mm-hmm.
But when you just care about the X's and O's, you start to take away from the integrity of the game, and you compromise the essence of what it is. So so even if you're not getting that information in that raw form, coaches across the world, we're still teaching you how to be accountable, how to manage your time. The X's and O's are going to take care of itself. But if I teach you how to be an accountable person, be a good person, right? Be a good leader, you're going to play 10 times harder for me anyway. So when you get to that next level, even though it may be a culture shock as far as, oh, shoot, I got to get up at 5 every day. You know what? I'm already mentally prepared for that because I'm a good person. I know how to be accountable. I know what it means to be 15 minutes early. I was taught those things in high school rather than just, hey, you got to run a post route and look, this is what cover 2 looked like and all. Yeah, that's good. You have to have that information. But what about the essence of it, right? You always hear me say on this show, your character lasts longer than your playing career. So if we start teaching more of the character things, well, I don't want to say start. If we include more of the character things instead of all football,
and
then
reinforce, because a
that's
lot of
it.
it happens at home. So I don't never want to not have the parent involved. Remember, we talked about that before, Brandon, with involving parents and trying to have those conversations like she was saying earlier. The more we all on the same page, like accountability, teaching them about all of that stuff, then he'll be okay. It'll be okay. Like, I talked about Tyshawn earlier. I said you had a great mama who would slap him upside his head. Yeah, that was a little phrase, but what she was very diligent on this is the standard and this is what you have to do. And so when it came to meeting my standard, like he said in here, I instilled, great sacrifice comes great reward. It was just reinforcing what she had already said at home. You like parents, you set the bar, and then I could go ahead and I could raise the bar a little bit depending on where you set it at. I want to make sure that didn't fly over their head, like Cam Newton said. Parents, you set the bar. Now, depending on where you put the bar, I can raise it. So if you only got the bar right here, there it is. That's your job. That's your raise. You got the bar a little higher, there it is. Because I'm going to reinforce it if we, if we talk, the right language. But like you also said, if I'm saying this and you saying this, well, counterproductive, nothing's going to happen there. You know what I'm saying? That ain't going to happen at all. So, these are the things that, we have to make sure that we in line. I don't understand who that one was. So I didn't even read that one. Thank you. He did say, trust me, mama, don't play that. No grades, no football, simple. And then in that is character. You know what I'm saying? Because you're
only going to get out what you put in.
It's hard to be a student. I ain't gonna bullshit you. It's hard to be a student, man. Like, people be thinking football is hard. No, it ain't hard to play football. All you gotta do is run and be aggressive. I'm serious. Everybody, let's be serious for a minute. Like, everybody not the same. So it's
I'm
like
talking about the grade spot, sir.
Huh?
That down here, they lowering it and they lowering it and they lowering it. And these fucking kids still failing.
But here's the thing: the system, the program lowering it ain't got nothing to do with that household. You set the bar yourself in your household on what it is. I was just keeping it 100 with some kids. I know I got some kids that's tuning in. That I get it. The school part, it can be difficult. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You got so much stuff going on in your faces with this social media stuff. So I get it kind of hard to stay locked into, what you got to do in that classroom. I get it. But you got to ask yourself what you really want out of this thing. Like, what you want in life. If you want something, then,
That's crazy you saying that bar in your house. I had a interaction with a parent. You're not supposed to have your phone, right? You're not supposed to have your phone in class, right? The kid's phone got taken away, and now you got to serve detention because you broke the rule.
Right.
The interaction with the parent was, why does my child have detention? Well, ma'am, your child broke this rule. Well, it wasn't. I said, okay, I already know what type of time it is. Your bar in your household is like this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Instead of addressing your child, why wasn't your phone put where it was supposed to be?
Mm-hmm.
If your phone wasn't taken in the first place, we wouldn't even be in this situation. That's where we're at with parenting now.
Right.
Right. And so when we talk about just being a good person and good character, let's define that. When you strive to be a good person, right? Just striving to be a good person, it's going to help you make the right decision. Right? Because I want to naturally be a good person. I know I'm supposed to be at class on time.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm supposed to be home at 8:00. I know I'm supposed to. So when you're striving to be a good person, you're going to strive to make the right decision, which is going to help you when you get to college and that schedule is strict.
Right.
So that's what we have to start instilling from the coaches part of it and keep merging that with all the football shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because the standard at home may be low. The bar may be low at home, and it's not the kid's fault. The bar is what the bar is.
Yeah.
So, that's just, what we got the responsibility as coaches, trainers, mentors, things of that. We got to start, picking that up too.
Right. I like that. Definitely. I'm gonna take that challenge on. If I ain't already.
Nah. I ain't paying for nobody's session. Fuck no, I ain't doing
That's
that.
a different type of bar. See, there you go. Jumping into. Hey, y'all. I am happily retired though, so this stuff about to stop soon. But it's okay, man. Like I'm not going to take on that type of a role, no, But I'm just saying, what you said is definitely something I got to start. I think I do it already, but it's always good to kind of recheck yourself and make sure that in the training sessions that I do got with the guys that we are talking about, like, hey, early is on time is late, and late is your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, everybody got to play these parts. Oh, help me out, y'all. Everybody got to play.
Yeah, part.
Okay. I knew it wasn't me. I ain't. Come on now. So
what the fuck, man?
And no, I'm just saying, man, they got to help me out. I'm gonna read it out for them, but they got to help me out. You know what I'm saying? But not everybody got to play their part, man. The parents, the kid, other support group, which is true. But everybody's situation is different. That's why I said I had to. Let's digress it. Let's break it down a little. I know it's hard. You know what I'm saying? I know it's hard for a parent. I ain't got a kid. I don't even want them. Honestly, paying for something I shouldn't even be paying for, like she just said. So it's just one of them things where I could dig it. It's tough. And it's really tough when, honestly, some of them parents have really been lied to for a long time. And it's hard to see someone telling you the truth at 16, at 17, at 18, when you done been lied to from 7 years old. So
they just want your kid.
Trust
me. They
me.
gonna tell you whatever they got to tell you to get your kid.
Right. I get it. Word is born, I get it. But I just want to make sure that, again, like I said, the people that subscribe to this network, even if you can't train with guys like me, you may be in Baltimore, you might be in Atlanta, you might be wherever. Just listen to the way we're speaking and try to find that in the people around you. You know what I'm saying? It's just a good heart that we have for our kids. That's true. Like, he know because he was another one. He old though. I ain't got to do him like that no more. You know what I'm saying? But it's just one of them things. Like, but Tyshawn will tell you. So we had a summer program here in Jersey, right, B, where the kids get to work summer youth employment through like the city and everything.
Youth work.
So yeah. So at Shabazz at the time, some of our football players, obviously, that did well in the classroom all year long, who are guys that we kind of wanted to make captains and stuff like that, we allowed them to we ran a youth football camp, like you were saying, Sheed, right? And we had our guys kind of get paid through the city to run the camp. So they kind of thought they were just going to come and work the camp and go home type of stuff. But, Don's a maniac. So Don, if the camp started at 8, they had to be there at 7 so we could do a Don workout before the camp. So it'd be kids running in, filing in, the guys checking the name in, and I'm running upstairs I got Dame Harrison on the line. He's another guy that would do some of that early morning workout with the guys, So it's like They doing the morning lift. Hey, mute your phone. I got the background of the car. You know, you got a lot of that stuff that's happening before they gotta get even inside, you know, to the quote unquote job they gotta pay for. Now, B, some people might say, Don, that's a burnout. But you know what that does teach? As an adult, right? They'll learn a couple of things. How to invest in their health as wealth. Okay. Like you said, we was there from 7 to 7, low key too. So, you know, health is wealth. Because now I'm getting up in the morning, we working out. You also understand getting to work on time because you couldn't get to me at 7 either. 7 was your start time. So you got to get to me at 6:30. So now you understand about being on time, and you also understand about being a leader. Because the only reason why I'm even taking this time out for you guys, because I feel like you're a leader, and I'm going to teach you guys how to lead to an extent, and you're going to have to show that in the field. So those was 3 qualities right there. Like you said, they ain't had shit to do with fucking football. But it was just real life situations that kind of, and it's so ironic, yo. Him and Al they're like the trainers now. I don't even really train like that. They're the trainers, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because they're the ones that are like, I guess, I don't, like we said, their parents had the bar set. I raised the bar. This young man underneath me raised the bar. Some other coaches that are running around, we helped raise the bar. And they understood a standard. So when they went to college, they didn't just go to college. They graduated from college. They played ball, you know what I'm saying? And now they're back paying it forward, giving the guys kind of some of the same conversations. Then you might have stopped by the gym sometime. It'd be funny because they get mad that they don't be treating the kids don't get treated like they got treated back in the day. But hey, man, I told them I'm old, man. I'm getting soft, I guess.
They gotta learn how to pay it forward, man. You know, it's treat everyone as they did poor me. That's how I go. They gotta pay it forward. So
that sounds like a shirt. He got a shirt on that say that. That's like a shirt.
Nah, yo, that's
I got the conference on.
Conference joint on. She, what's up, man?
That rolled off the tongue.
Say, what's up? What's going on, man? What's going on with y'all boys, man? I love everything y'all doing, man. I mean, I appreciate you, you know, allowing me to come on and speak my 2 cents, because that's all it is.
The JUCO conversation.
Well, you know, I could speak on the JUCO because I went JUCO. You know what I mean? So I could talk that language, man. It ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It ain't for everybody. And I'm not saying that to scare kids away from wanting to go to junior college, or saying that, you know, to the coaches that, you know, the kids shouldn't go to junior college. But junior college is not for everybody. If you don't have the mindset to be able to go to a junior college and have to handle the necessary to get up out of a junior college, it ain't for you. Like, it ain't for you. Some of them thinking, oh, I'm gonna just go JUCO and then I'm gonna play 2 years. Nah, it's harder to get out of a junior college than it is to go to a regular D3 or D2 school. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went in JUCO as a DB, right? I went in as a DB. It was 63 defensive backs.
Nah, the number, it was 6. It was 3 to 6. You said
no, right? And so they
how many
looked
of
at
the players' name was on the team, man? God, that's 63 DBs.
Bro, listen.
That was the lineman.
Don, I'm being so serious, bro. Like, not even lying to you. One, I went to Cisco Junior College in Texas, right?
The levels of Division I seed, because I know you was an ASA, right? So we know it's like Division I, Division II levels in JUCO
right.
too.
And so mind you, don't forget that, you know what I mean? Blinn and Tyler and Kilgore and all them schools like that was
Coffeyville, Garden City.
no Garden City, bro. Oklahoma, northeastern Oklahoma.
Okay.
Cisco, Ranger, Tyler, Kilgore. Like, those was the schools, like them big time schools. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at the guys that came up out of that junior college and them junior colleges in Texas. And so it was 63 DBs. And they looked at me, they was like, you know what? You know, what other position did you play? And they looked me up and they was like, well, you know, he played quarterback too. Move him to quarterback. It was 17 QBs, right? So now I'm just sitting here. I'm like, yo, I don't know what's going on. Mind you, I'm in Texas. I ain't around the corner.
Whole Jersey boy.
I ain't 2 hours away where I can go ahead and make a phone call and say, Mom, come and get me, or you know what I'm saying, Dad, I need you to come pick me up. Nah, it ain't that situation. So either you gotta stand on your own too and man up, or it's get on that plane and go back home and look your family in the face and be like, look, man, I couldn't pan out here. But that's not what happened. So numbers dwindled, you know what I mean, after the first couple days, and then and this is the God honest truth. Yo, I appreciate my high school coaches for being extremely tough on us, because a lot of them kids wasn't built like that. And they started folding, and they dropped out of there, and they started, I looked at the numbers, it went from 17 QBs to 8 QBs in less than 3 days. The numbers started dwindling, and the DBs dropped from 63 to like 27. And by the time you got close to finding out who was who and what was what, it was only 5 quarterbacks left. It was like 12 DBs. Like, the numbers went crazy, bro. And then I ended up moving from quarterback to receiver. And that's where the receiver transition happened for me at. But, you know, people don't know that aspect of Coach Dame. They just know, you know, Coach Dame be wilding and all of that other fun stuff. But, I mean, like, I had opportunities to go to Tarleton State. I visited Prairie View and those schools that's out there in Texas. And for me, it just was, I was in Texas and I'm from Jersey. And why am I so far away from home? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't have that
That's a
mindset.
culture shock.
I didn't. It's extreme, bro. Guys was riding horses to practice, bro. Like, I ain't never seen nothing like that before in my life. Nah, I mean, dude ride tumbleweeds in the street. Like, what?
With dip in his
Nah,
mouth.
this ain't that with a street.
You know he got that dip.
Bro, with a street, every coach on the staff dip, bro. And I ain't talking about the chew. I'm talking about the dip that cut the cheeks and they go right into the that was different, bro. We standing in practice, I'm like, yo, they spitting. Like, what? This ain't hold up. Well, I'm somewhere I ain't, you know what I mean? But I definitely I conform. I hit the weight room a lot more. I played with some dudes, man, some guys that went to like Texas A&M, Kingsville, like them schools. There's schools out there, bro. Like you. It's a different type of football out there too. The town was shutting down. Town shut down at 6:00, telling you don't get to the store by this time. They at the high school football game, signs in the window. Like that. That's the type of thing. I had guys coming up to me after some of the junior college games, like, yo, man, we only coming to the game to see you play. Like, yo, you're a phenomenal player. Like, bro, I played quarterback and receiver in junior college. But once I really made that transition to receiver, that's when, you know, things kind of opened up for me. And that's when I ended up going to Shaw, play receiver at Shaw. And you know, it's just, but that Division II, man, like, if you don't have the mindset to become a student first, junior college not for you.
But it has to be that part. Like, we can't not get so football, and they missing that part.
Man, they don't. It doesn't go away. Like, I know some of these guys probably got that mindset. They're like, oh man, I'm gonna just go to JUCO and I'm gonna just play football, and then, you know, once I'm done playing football, I can move on. Nah, the academic piece not going nowhere. It's still gonna be there. You still have to handle the academics. You gotta handle that. And really, they want you to graduate from a junior college in order for you to move forward. So if you in there just wasting time thinking that you about to spend 4 years at a JUCO, it's gonna be a rude awakening for you. You supposed to go in there, get your grades, get your tool, and get out of there.
And guess what? Don't get a lot of money to go in them places either.
Nah, Nah, it ain't that. It ain't that. Your
Okay?
financial aid package. You better get your financial aid done early so that you can get the max amount of money that you're supposed to get, because
I like
it's
that.
tough out there.
Message.
Tough out there, man. Get
So
that.
for my seniors that are seniors right now that are still trying to figure it out, I don't know if you be seeing it on social media. I see it, but some people are still trying to figure it out, Brandon. You better lock it in. Get that financial aid paper in.
Yeah, get that done. And then you know what? I'm gonna give them another jewel too, right? So most likely, if you end up a scholarship kid, right, you're most likely gonna get a refund check, right? Don't spend that refund check, stupid. Don't spend the refund check. And I wish somebody would have told me this when I was in school. You're gonna have to pay that money back. You're gonna have to pay that money back. So if you don't spend your refund check and you leave that money with the brochurer's office, they're gonna send that money back to financial aid and you end up not having a bill, right? People don't know that. They, oh man, I got a refund check. They gave me some money. I'm 18 years old. I get a refund check, 9,000. I'm 18.
We outside.
I'm 18. You know what I'm saying? I'm 18 years old. You just gave me 9 racks. Like, yo, give me a studio with video. Give me the big time stereo where I can turn the music up and shake the whole dome. Give me the, you know what I'm saying? But later on down the road, when you look at that bill, you be like, yo, what is that? I owe somebody 9,000. Who I owe 9,000? Yeah. Texas state loan, something. I don't remember what it was. But when I saw that thing, I was like, y'all kept trying to figure out how I owe. I was in school for free. Nah. That's how they get you.
What them girls, Sally and Fanny?
Nah,
Sally
yo,
Mae, Fanny
Sally
Mae.
Mae. Yo,
Them
nah, they
girls,
got something. They got
they're the
something
baddest
different out
girls
of
on the
Texas.
planet. I'm telling you, the
Yeah,
baddest
they got
girls on the
something
planet.
different out of Texas, man. But that's just real, man, and that's on any level. Like I know a lot of times the kids, you know what I'm saying, it's a little different now with the NIL deals and things like that because guys is getting sponsors from major companies and corporations. But if you not one of those NIL guys and you got that refund bread, bro, leave that money where it's at, man. Let the state take it. Let them put it back so that you don't end up with a balance, man. That you don't end up with a balance and you can come out of there with a clean slate, man. Because at the end of the day, it's a lot of people out here still paying off loans.
Yeah.
I mean, graduated years ago and still trying to going through debt consolidation and loan consolidation, trying to consolidate the loans into one loan. Bro, if you smart enough and you can survive without having to touch that money, don't touch it. That's the only jewel I can really give those guys that you know some people be hard up for cash and things like that, but you got to really be smart, man. Junior college is it's an experience, man. I'm telling you, it's not easy, and it ain't for the weak. We talk about moving on, moving forward. Like Corey, I think his name was Corey Ferguson or Kyle Ferguson, one of them that ended up playing at Green Bay. He was the receiver for Blend at the time when I was in junior college. You know what I'm saying? Like I played against some dudes out there. Like I was we had a roundup at TCU. Casey Prentice was the quarterback at the time. Like it was guys out there, bro. Like I mean, like it wasn't no walk in the park, man. But they found out, you know, they call you by they don't call you by your name, they call you by your state. So my name was Jersey. They called me Jersey. They ain't called me Dame until about the 3rd game of the season when they realized, oh, they really do play football because they question it. Like, yo, they play football in Jersey? They'll tell you that anywhere you go. Like, they don't think we play football, bro. They really don't.
But I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this. That's why it's very important to take that recruiting process serious. You know, high school, you have 4 years. It's never too early to like start talking about colleges. It's never too early to visit colleges. And as much stuff that get posted on social media. Trust me, colleges are posting spring practices, the spring games, camps. Like this stuff be right there in the same device that you text people every day with. Yo, you can go up there and go check these things out. And as long as you have a humble voice, you can talk to people too and ask them questions like, yo, what's it like up here? You know, and they'll tell you, man. Some people gonna tell you the real, some people gonna tell you some nonsense, but you let a person talk long enough, you know, you can tell the difference, you know what I mean? And so in taking those trips to just visit schools and stuff, you'll learn, especially the spring practices. I advise everyone to get to a spring practice and just see the way they move, the sense of urgency, like
Oh yeah.
the
Oh
attention
yeah.
to detail. You know, how my
Oh, yeah.
man Moses KZ put me in, coach. I'm nice on Madden. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what they think. They think it's Madden, but it ain't Madden. It's real life. Thanks for tuning in to the show, though, man. You know, we're trying to educate, teach, put this thing out there for these guys. But I'm telling you, man, and I'm not even telling y'all to go to Ohio State, Michigan. Like, trust me, you could go to Temple, which is a 1AA. You could go to Lincoln, because I went down to Lincoln practice last year, which is a Division II. And trust me, it's like that. They get after it. Like
Man, I'm
football is
trying to tell
football.
you. Listen,
Let me
you
do
know,
this. Let me do this. And I do not want to rain on the non-public parade because I'm not doing that. You know, we don't do that. But I just want people to understand that wherever you are, football is a tough sport. You have to work hard.
Mhm.
Wins and losses don't really determine how hard you really work. Trust me, it's a lot that goes into winning a game and losing a game. But you got guys running sprints at DePaul, right? I had guys running sprints at West Orange. Dame, when you was at your respective school, you had guys running sprints too. Like it's still a tough sport. So just because you don't get to Michigan, like, and this is something that drives me wild. Just because you don't get to Michigan, you're looking at life like it's a failure, but your high school program was only one of 50 in New Jersey type thing. Like, why is it a knock that if a kid, I'm pull one out the sky, fellas, that if you go to, nope, I ain't use that school. I'm gonna go down South Jersey. So if you go to Edison High School, I'm gonna do that. I gotta watch where I be at, B, because I be talking, some people be listening, like he talking bad about my high school. So you go to Edison High School, and it's a group 5 school. You play in front of maybe 5,000 max, right? Every year for 4 years. And now it's time for you to go to school. You're not getting no Division One looks, and you're like yelling and looking at the coach like, "How dare you? I'm not getting a Division One look." You think you're ready to play in front of the 109,000 at Penn State? You only played in front of 5 on a good game. Like, but you loved playing in front of 5. So why can't that same love transition over to playing for Keene, to playing for Middlesex County if they got a team or whatever, and making the best out of that? Like, that's the one thing I think I want to talk about. I want to talk about why is it so hard to love going to a school that is it's not the premier, but most kids don't go to the premier school in their own state in high school.
you know that's the perception that's given.
Mhm.
Like the perception that's given out here is if you don't go D1, you really ain't playing football, which is not true.
But they're not even playing, if you want to make levels in high school, D1 in high school. Like they're
Yeah, but
playing.
you can't you don't tell them that because they being misled and being told false information, man. Like you know if you are a dude coming out of high school, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna just throw the name out there, man. Styles G White. You know what I'm saying? Like we knew in high school
He
that
was different.
Styles G was a dude.
Right.
Yo, never have I seen him tackle somebody and the tackle went sideways or a person ran through. He was running through people. So you wasn't talking about yo, he ain't going to college. He ain't doing like that. Wasn't a conversation. Like you look at certain kids, and these kids is making tackles, and some of these coaches is putting these.
Hey,
Some of these.
Dan, I just want to jump in for 1 second. You can have it back. Trust me, I'm not going to take. See, when you see a guy that's about 6'3", I'm guessing at the time, Dan, help me out,
Yep.
and maybe 210, 230.
Yeah, like 223, 220, somewhere around there.
Whenever you can see a guy of that stature that can do backflip, semi backflip, that is different. That's not regular. That's not normal for a 6'3", 220 guy to just backflip, double twirl swimming, hit the ground standing up, and then ready to do some more stuff. But some people can't even backflip, and they think they're the same. I'm sorry, Dan. Go ahead. Drink my water.
Yeah, I'm just speaking on the guys that I've seen, man. Like we've come across like Antonio Garay. You know what I'm saying? Like you talk. I'm just name dropping, just putting some names out there because some of these guys were dudes, yo. Pat Sergalis, probably a name people don't even remember, don't even
Kearney High
realize. Went
School.
to Kearney High School, went to Clemson. You get what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
those were dudes, yo. Those were dudes. And so when you see a lot of these kids and everybody like, oh yeah, this guy, I'm a dude, he a guy, he a guy, he a guy. Like, bro, show me your guy in the classroom first, and then show me your guy on the field. If you can't do that, if your classroom energy can't match your field energy, bro, you're not a guy.
You're not a guy.
You're not a guy, man. You're not a
Um,
guy.
I like what Mustafa Hooten put. Keene and Montclair State are full of Division I guys, and they are.
Definitely.
They are.
Definitely, yo.
Tyshawn Hatton put that some kids look at not going Division I as being a failure or lack thereof. And that's the perception, like you guys were saying. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Most people feel like that's not it. Let's add the part that you also talked about with finances in college. It's a business. So you have to understand that, okay, you can't go to Rutgers, right? So you have to go to Keene. And that's okay, because guess what? It might be better financially for you to go to Keene than it is for you to go to Rutgers and try to walk on. Like, it's such a business, it's such a world that kids have to really dive into and understand that, you know what? Playing on the highest level, it's cool, but this level works for me too. Like, so now we talk about knowing dudes. Last year, the whole world is buzzing. Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State is just flying off the charts. He's doing stuff. He's doing grown man stuff, right? But all three of us, Jersey boys, we know week 0, 2 years ago, I think it was, when the Bergen Catholic went down there, oh boy, smoked that loud pack. He put Bergen on notice. Like, what you said, they don't believe y'all play ball down here? That's what he said himself.
Yeah, he went off for like 400 yards.
Bro, and with like 202 touchdowns in the first half. With like 10 receptions.
Them other states, that's how they feel.
That's a dude. So like, these are the things that people gotta understand. Like, dude jump off the screen. So when he get to Ohio State, I'm like,
I had a kid tell me in training. He's like, he name dropped the kid. He's like, yeah, man, this kid played at Rutgers. I said, did he play or did he go?
That part. That part.
Don't tell me he went there. Did he play or did he go?
Man, that part
and is
too.
is he still there?
That part. We go back to you tell yourself something long enough, you'll start to believe it, man.
Right.
We got to start being honest with ourselves. We got to start being honest with ourselves and be honest with what you telling these kids, man, because some of these kids ain't wrapped too tight, and they'll take what you tell them and they'll run with it, and it won't be the end result. And then that's when all the, yo, this coach ain't do that for me, and this coach ain't do this for me, and they ain't put me in position to, but you're a guy. So my job is to show you and put you where you supposed to be, right?
But you know
couldn't
what?
do.
Let's do this. Hey, Brandon, remember you was talking earlier, guys taking kids, but some kids stayed with you, right? So my brain, the way how I've been always coaching for a while is when kids leave the program that I'm at, and I think my other fellow coaches here with me will agree to this, it wasn't my kid. My kids don't go. When I say my kid, look, he could have been a kid that transferred in. Like I could use Sabor Kareem as a my kid. You know what I'm saying? And then it could be a kid that I've had from 7, 8 years old, like an Ion Gainer. It's my kid. Like my kids don't leave because, like she said earlier when you was talking about David Moore, because I tap into them. Like you tap into David in such a manner, he can't go left. Like Dame, you had the receiver down there at Eastside, with Jakim.
Right.
He can't leave. Like he's so your guy that it doesn't matter. And those the guys that get the messages. Okay, everything that we talking about today about being honest with them and telling them, like again, I told y'all about Tashawn Hatton, and Dane give y'all a story probably about Tashawn too, because he coached Tashawn too.
That's my guy, man.
It's
That's
just
my guy.
your guys understand totally what you're saying, so they don't go nowhere. You know what I mean? And guys that do go other places, you wish them the best, but I don't get mad because he's not my guy. So
Yeah,
that's
but
what I would say, Brandon. You keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And if them dudes want to leave, that's their loss. Because remember how I told you, I said, I know how this story going to end. It's the same book. Football, you can't reinvent the wheel, dog. Like, for real. It's the
yeah,
same
B
book.
man, I know
It be the
exactly what
same
you.
script, man. It be the same script. Like, step 1, go to class. Step 2, go to the workouts. It's the same script. You go off of this script, it ain't gonna work. All right, I know where he going. I ain't gonna talk about it. We'll see later. Oh, he don't want to play for me. Well, I know I'm not telling no lies. So who he going to play for? Probably telling lies. See you later. Been real. You know what I'm saying? No problem. But I promise you, Brandon. I promise you. You know what's going to end up happening? Because it happens to a lot of these guys that's on this network. It's happened to me. It's happening to some people that's watching the network. People be leaving or they don't want to come to you. Shit get dark, right? School's calling. I ain't playing. Shit get dark. You know what end up happening, Brandon? That should be like,
Hey, that happened with me just today. A parent left
They gonna
to go
start.
to a different situation, and now it's like, can you help me with this? How does
hello?
recruiting work? How does this work?
This
Well,
is
ask the coach
Bob.
that you went to. Why you ain't ask him? See, I say that shit. Like, yo, why
Hey,
you don't ask the coach you was just that you left me for?
Hey,
So
that's
what? That's shit crazy.
hello. This is Bob. And I normally don't call. From the crown of his head. Well, see you later. Like I'm telling you,
That's
it's
funny.
one of them things, man, that I'm telling you, Bert, it be like that. Like when it get dark, they come to the light. I'm telling you, it must be like Ramadan or something like that. Like they just come to the realization, like where Jesus at? Where Allah? Like I need help. They come calling right back, and then be like, nah.
Tashawn. Nah, I'll eventually help her, but I gotta let her feel that first. You know what I mean? Now you gotta like go talk to the coach you left before, and once you feel that little sting and you realize what's real, then I'll go about steering you back to the right direction. But nah, you gonna have to feel that. You gonna have to eat that for a little bit.
Hey, Big, what's the slogan? May not cost you a little.
That
May
shit gonna
not
cost
cost
your
you a
ass
lot.
something. Gonna cost your ass
It's
something.
gonna cost you.
Goddamn right.
You need
Stay the
what?
course. Stay the course, man. That's
Yep.
all. That's all I can say to you, man. Stay the course. As a guy in this, like I run the youth program for the city. I mean, I get so many kids. Parents come, they go, they come, they go, they come back, they leave, they come back. Like they seek and searching. You know what I mean? It may not be for their kid to be with you. Maybe that's God trying to remove that stress level for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? Maybe You need to focus on these two so that you can really prove your worth, show what you really got, what you're capable of. You know what I'm saying? And then when it's meant to blow up, it's gonna blow up for you. Cause at one point I had Don 6, 7 kids, my man, and then it turned to 150 kids, and it was like, yo, how am I gonna manage 150 kids? Like, yo, I don't have enough coaches. I
We
don't have
call that
enough resources.
overflow.
Yo, I don't have enough resources. I don't have enough space. We outgrow the space that we given. Like, there's things in place for that, but just stay the course, bro. Know what I mean, keep pushing, man. Don't let them deter you from your mission. You know
No,
what I mean?
sir.
It's all gravy.
Yeah, but I want parents to understand that last comment that Tashawn said. You put it back on the screen for me, B. I get it, man. Jokers, we be out here coaching our asses off, man, and we give you a lot. Like, point in case, it is 10:55. Show going in soon on a Sunday night. Coaches giving you free game. Anybody had to pay for this podcast. You just had to log on and get it. So, I was talking about the We Got Feelings too. Like that shit real.
I ain't say which one.
But that shit real, man. Like,
Yo,
you got motherfuckers that be pouring into your kids, man. And then it be like, whatever. I'm going to take them over here. You don't know. You don't want to help me. Yep. And don't want to help. Where is the mansion? Like, I ain't going to no mansion.
Yeah, that part.
Ain't
Nah,
no business
man.
outside. Ain't no, like, come on. But, it's cool. It's cool.
Oh my
Shout out to
God.
my guy Daniel Travis. He's another parent support. I love him. Love him, man. Let's see. That's like us training for us, building the foundation, seeing it grow to now. Truly a blessing. Word up, man. I love the process. I think that's my thing. My problem is I be so in love with the process. I don't even know when we made it to the top, man, for real. But parents really gotta man, sit down and have a conversation with your coaches, real conversation. Okay, put your big boy, fellas, put your big boy drawers on. Miles, put your big girl panties on in that conversation.
Yeah, man. Talk to them. Talk to the coaches. Why not?
Ask the coach, like, be honest with him. Like, give me your unadulterated type of conversation. You know what I mean? On my kid.
What's your plan? What's your plan?
What my kid need? Because maybe I'm blind. That's just my baby. You know what I'm saying? So what they say? They think it's better. Gotta love Union County football. Boy, bye.
Oh, boy.
I got war stories over there, too. Damn, you behave. Yeah. They say, Dan Travis, that's my guy, man. I told you, he always come through if I need him, man. But you know what I'm saying? Get ready to call or pull a plug when you're ready to. You the executive producer. But it's just one of those things where be able to be honest and accept criticism. You do those two things and have him in the room too. I think you said that before. Like, you bring the kid in the room too. Like, this ain't gonna be no conversation with just mom and coach or dad and coach. Whatever. Like, nah, everybody in the room. Everybody in the room, man. We're gonna talk about this, what's going on, this what I feel like is right. And like I said, because if you my kid, you really like tapped into me, then you're gonna understand that what I'm saying ain't coming from a place of malice or none of that. It's coming from a place of, like I said before, I just want to make sure I teach him how to make sure he go out and get the practice on time, how to be, how to give out his full effort in what he's doing at the practices, like, and how to be attentive and understanding what's being taught to him, which is things that, like we said, go way further than fucking football, but it's going to actually help that individual be a great man or great woman if we're talking about women's sports too. So that's what I would suggest to parents. Hey, I'm at 154. Good on my 2 hours. I can't never get an hour show, dang. Where is born? I be trying.
Some real valid information being given, man, and it's definitely, you know, educational, man. I hope people really tuning in and paying attention to what's really going on, because it's going to continue to get better, man, as it grows. But you know, as we grow in this game and as we learn, you know, like I learned a lot from Sheed, man. I'm learning to just keep my head where it's supposed to be and not pay attention to the naysayers, man, because they gonna talk regardless.
Yep.
They don't care. Like, you could be a 10-time state champion and they still gonna find one thing to say, yo, he blink wrong. I don't like the way he blinking. I don't like the way his eyelash sit on the corner. Like, bro, they gonna find something wrong with you no matter what you do. So
Mhm.
it's either you gonna have tough skin or they gonna peel the layers right up off you.
Yeah. That's exactly how it goes. But so this is what we're gonna do. Anybody that wants to sponsor the show, please reach out to me. All right, because there's a bill for this show, even though you guys don't pay. But I just want people to understand. It may not cost me a little, may not cost me a lot, but it costs me. So you already know. If you want to sponsor the show, please just reach out to me on social media. My Instagram page is DMFootball258. My Facebook page is Driven Minds. You can send me an email at DMFootball258@gmail. We can network there. If you want your show advertised, like again, sponsors, you want me advertised. You might have a coaches clinic coming up. Wink, wink. You know what I mean? You might have a whole 7-on-7 tournament coming up. You know, again, I have a very large network. And as you heard me say before, my numbers are growing crazy to being the #1 show on Sam Sports Network. You already got that, B. I'm taking over. So anyone, again, that wants to make sure that they get themselves advertised, you know, we can do that. You know, it's some small fee I'm going to throw at you. And then you can sponsor this show and we can continue to get this great information out to the parents. My guys, people that tuned in, gave us great conversations. Mr. Bright, Tyshawn, you know, Mr. Travis, Mustafa, all of you guys that tuned into the show tonight, man, giving us some great feedback. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Share, like, subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, everything. Get this stuff out here, man. We're going to be saving lives. Trust me. I'm telling y'all, we get this information out there and putting people in the very better position than what they thought they were. Trust and believe that. Trust and believe that. I'm going to let my guys give a couple of words, and I'm going to come back to it. Dane, go ahead, man. Sign us off first. You go ahead and tell me about, I guess, again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming on the show for a quick minute. But go ahead, man. You can tell them about where to meet you at, what you got cooking with the Striders and everything. You know, you don't have to get professional. You can stay in the Strider lane. I like that lane.
It's all good. It's all good, man. We get ready to close out the indoor season. You know, Nationals is coming up, AAU in Virginia and USATF in Staten Island. Got about 29 kids that's gonna make a dent in Nationals. They're gonna have some fun doing what they do. But just stay on your kids, man. Stay on your kids. Stay in tune with what they got going on. I mean, invest in your children, man. That's it, man. I don't really have much to say. Just opportunity knocks a bunch of different ways. Just make sure you knocking on the right door. That's it.
That's what I'm talking about. See, you up next. Make sure they get that training schedule. See, I want them to know where they gonna go and book an appointment. Because if they don't, everybody got to work. Go ahead.
Hey, that's Blue Magic, man. If you know, you know. It's a brand name. You better figure it out. Find it. It'll find it. Yo, Dave, chill, man. Yo, why y'all laughing, bro?
It's a beautiful show. I love when I get to the end.
Yo,
man.
yeah, it's a brand name, man. Blue Magic. But anyways, it's at Pro Edge. You can look it up on Instagram, Pro Edge on Instagram, and it has all the details about the schedule and all that, the different things that we offer there, position football wise, D-line, O-line, quarterback, tight end, running back, all that good stuff. Sports performance training for the youth level and the high school level as well. But I just wanted to really leave the people with 3 things. Communication creates clarity. That's 1. Be included, but not in the way. That's 2. And always have and apply game. guidance above my emotions. That's what I got for you.
There it is. Yeah, it is. Hey, Mustafa, you need adult fitness classes. We got those coming. Step aerobics is coming. Yoga's coming. I know she got some things coming too, so just stay tuned. Stay in tune with the networks. We got the cover. B, I seen you writing something down. Now go ahead and take a shot. What you got?
I was writing down notes from Mr. 14 Rings. You know what I mean? You can learn something from that got 14 rings.
Hey,
I gave you a good clip.
Guidance above emotions.
I think Brandon going to find a way to try to kidnap you and get you down to Baltimore doing
I gave him a nice little clip. I mean, you could go ahead and clip that up. You good?
Hey, you like wings? We got, man, listen, I can take you to a good spot down here. No, man, listen. This off season, I kind of set out from the off season. Last year, it's left like the way the kids play and quit on each other, and the coaches wasn't locked in with each other. We had a lot of things going on, and once football season ended, I took my bag, I set it in the corner. I ain't touched that shit till 3 days ago. I ain't touched it till 3 days ago. But, I mean, we had a good conversation last week. Some things are lining up. I felt good about it, getting back into it. Came up with a schedule and all that good stuff for the off season. So I'm locked back in now, man. Listen, we're going to the national championship. You feel me?
Okay.
We ain't going to states. We ain't going to states. We're going past that.
We're going past that.
They about to create a new bracket for us and shit. You feel me?
Oh shit! All right.
Wow. Well,
Like, nah, man. I'm just hoping for a great season, man. Hoping for a great season, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hope for a great season. Y'all still doing week 0?
Yeah.
What is it?
Wait. I'm retired. I think they doing week 0.
Yep.
Almost got him, Chi. Almost got him.
We actually got to play. We actually got to go down and play Good Counsel this year. I don't know what the date is though.
Yeah. On the road again.
Fuck is Good Counsel?
Good Counsel in Maryland.
That must be in the mountains.
Man, listen, man, that's down there. Whatever's down there is down there.
Hey, all right, now, watch your goddamn mouth now. Watch your goddamn mouth. I don't know, no goddamn Good Counsel. Where is Good Counsel?
But again, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you, fellas. Like I said, for jumping on the show. I think it was a good one. Be gonna chop it up. Like I said, make sure everybody follow all of these guys' networks. Okay, it's gonna be a lot of information that's gonna be pushed out there, and you can use this information. Trust me, it's a very important time coming up for high school guys. So please, high school guys, be very, very, very diligent in what you're doing. It's March. It's March. That means January's gone, February's gone, December's gone, January's gone, February's gone. So that weight training program, about time to ramp that up. If you're doing another sport, track, basketball, about time to ramp that up. Like, I'm just saying, it's going to be hunting time, and school's going to be out here hunting. So you just got to be out there and be ready. But, again, see us, Brandon, 2 weeks? We're back?
This 16th, I think, right?
Yep, we'll be back in 2 weeks with another great show.
Yeah,
I'm going to try to get some more interviews going. Kids, reach out to us. Send us some film. Hamilton, I think we'll probably get Zafir film up here for the DM. We'll evaluate that next time. I want to bring that back. We're going to bring some kids back on the show next week. And, again, stay in tune with us, man. Much love to everybody. Peace.